I think to be an actor, you have to be off. You have to have some screws loose.
The frame on you. I got my old shooters with me and they land on you.
Situations like Heath.
You know, I actually never thought about that.
That can turn on you and be lying to you up and down your whole relationship, and you just don't know it. Because she's just that good of an actor, right?
So you live your life like that up to the age 18, 19, 20, 21. You're getting on boats. You're getting gifts from rich men. You're getting flown here. You're getting all your bills paid. You didn't have to develop any marketable skills. You didn't have to develop a personality. You didn't have to be interested. Imagine what kind of person you become. Entitled, of course. Selfish, of course.
This real. That's real for sure.
What's good, peeps? It's your boy JP back at it again with another video. So today we are reacting to Astro Dior Plus. Shout out to the man that inspired this channel. I appreciate you. And yes, today's video is why dating women with professions never work. About to be interesting and see what's going on. But before we get into the video, I need you to hit the like and subscribe button and join the Prosper Gang. There's a lot of prosperity going on around this mug. And we want you to succeed just like I'm trying to succeed. We can succeed together. You know what I mean? But with that being said, without further ado, let's get into the video.
And today we're reacting to Do Not Date Nurses Yellow Flag.
Hey, shout out to, real quick before we get going, We Need to Talk is goated. I'm claiming this right now. We Need to Talk is a goated channel. He needs way more push. In fact, Dior need to hit the subscribe button on brother. We Need to Talk deserves way more recognition. So I'm glad Dior is pushing his shit. Hopefully he gets some more subscribers. But bro is really goated for real. He is really intelligent. Shout out to him.
A theme that's come up in this channel a few times is, you know, I might have asked y'all, why do people say things about nurses and doctors and stuff like that? Like, why do y'all claim that they 3 or 4s? Or, oops, for the people that don't know what that is, I'm trying to censor myself, I'm trying to get this money. And y'all's answers, they just be like, yeah, because they are. And I'm just kind of like, well, I guess that's just the consensus, you feel me? But I don't know. And maybe this video will break that down. So
It's complicated. But it's not that they are, not all of them, definitely not all of them for sure. But because it's really like that in any job. It's just when you spend a lot of time with people you are around, like you spend excessive hours, and it's like dynamics of success and power. It's a lot that go into it, to why those professions are a little bit harder to deal with because of the power and success, especially if you're not. Like if you are a blue collar worker, but your wife is a nurse and she's around doctors, like the hierarchy mentally can really set you up for failure. Just think about it.
that being said, make sure you pull up to the Twitch. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday about 5-6 p.m. bro. Let's do it.
Oh, shit. So let's talk about professions. This is where it gets interesting. I've seen a bunch of lists over the years of professions that you should avoid if you're dating. You know, women who do these jobs are more likely to be, or they're more likely to be problematic, whatever the case may be. And some of those same professions are on my list, but I want to give some reasoning and some context that you guys may or may not agree with. Profession number 1, entertainers. I would tell you, I would tell your son, I would tell my little brother, I would tell any young man that I come across, stay away from women in the entertainment industry. That goes double for actors. That goes for singers, that goes for influencers, that goes for models.
Granted, I'm in the entertainment industry. I shoot music videos at a very professional level. If you don't know, I've done it before with my camera's in the box. But you know, I got some shit. You know what I mean? This is my B camera, you know what I mean? But I got some shit, you know what I mean? I do music videos at, hey, y'all probably saw my shit. I got pajamas on. Don't judge me. Anyway, yeah, so I'm in the entertainment industry and I can definitely vouch for this. Like it's a lot that goes into it when it comes to climbing the ladder. It's not like traditional jobs where your performance can climb the ladder. In some cases it is if you have a strong fan base that the entertainment industry want to eat off of, and you build a strong fan base, then your performance can really be what moves you up. But if you don't have the fan base and you just got the talent, but you don't got the fan base, Diddy ain't get the way Diddy got for no reason. I'm just telling you.
Stay away. And the reason is, let's look at actors, for instance. Personally, I believe every actor is off their meds. I think to be an actor, you have to be off. You have to have some screws loose.
The frame on you. I got my old shooters with me and they laying on you. Bird to the
Situations like Heath.
You know, I actually never thought about that. Like, an actor could, like, I'm trained to lie to your ass. I'm literally trained. Like, I know how to tap into that bag quick. I never thought about that.
Ledger, where he got so enamored and so involved in the character that killed him. We've seen actors who are known for method acting where like they embody that character even in real life and they get lost in that character. To be a good actor, you have to be insane. You have to be borderline bipolar because you have to not only maintain who you are, whatever who you are is, you have to be able to literally step in other people's skin. Whether it's a person that's actually existed, like let's say you're playing a historical figure, or whether it's a fictitious character, you have to be able to articulate their fears, their concerns, their wants. And personally, I don't think normal people can do that. At least do that well.
I pity the fool.
Right.
Thank you. That's enough. We'll call you.
Thank you for the opportunity.
So when I think of dating an actress, I think that's potentially dating somebody who can play whatever character she needs to play. And that is scary. She could play a serial killer. She could play a victim. She could manipulate you or the situation. And we've seen this play out with the likes of Jada Pinkett and...
It'd be fun. Now, I don't know how many people just got access, how many men just couldn't have access just to dating female actresses, you know what I'm saying? Maybe the girl.
If you talking about locally, you can date local inspiring actors, especially because talent doesn't have a hierarchy until it's exposed to resources. Boom, that's a bar. Nigga, I said it first. Talent doesn't have a hierarchy until it is exposed to resources. I'm really built like this, yo. If this ain't worth it, hit the subscribe button to join the Prosper Gang. I don't know what is. Because that was off the dome. That was a bar off the dome. Talent isn't... damn, I done lost my bar already. Talent doesn't have a hierarchy until it is exposed to resources. So what that means is you can be talented as hell as an actor, but because you haven't been exposed to resources, you in the hood with me. So your local homegirl that is an aspiring actor, but she's really good. She just hasn't been exposed to resources because she hasn't either put in the work or she isn't in the right environments, but she's still really talented. That can turn on you and be lying to you up and down your whole relationship, and you just don't know it. Because she's just that good of an actor, right? But because she isn't exposed to resources, you thinking, that bitch ain't really that good. Oh yeah, let that fool you. Let you think because she don't know Denzel Washington that she's not a good actor. But if Denzel Washington didn't watch her act, he would put her in his next movie. Nigga, you got that all the way fucked up. Talent do not mean it ain't talent just because it ain't exposed to resources. Hold on real quick, y'all. Hello? Yeah, I'm doing my last video, and I can hear it and go pick you up. I'm like halfway through this last video. You doing what? Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, and then after I finish this up, I can get you. All right. Bye. All right. Bye. So yeah. So don't get that misconstrued. The game can get real thick, real easy. Just because you can't peep it, don't mean the others can't.
A girl that wants to be an actress, but as he breaks this down, I think I can agree that this I see where the issues could possibly lie. You know what I'm saying? Especially if somebody like Jada Pinkett, this woman, she look a little evil. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's the bald head combo with the interesting jaw shape and the piercing eyes with the large ears. I don't know, but yeah, she looks like she harms hearts and soul.
Some of the things we've seen in the news. So I would say absolutely proceed with caution with actresses. Now, singers, it's a similar thing because as a singer, if you want to be successful, unless you're a songwriter, I think that is the exception. But if you're a singer, you want to be the next Beyonce, you have to also kind of be an actress, right? In Beyonce's case, she had to create a character, Sasha Fierce, which is her stage persona. And when she's in that persona, she's not Beyonce Knowles, she's somebody else. Whether that means she lets something else take over, or that's some spiritual shit, or, she's just playing that character. But furthermore, to be an effective singer and musician, you have to be able to connect emotionally with the audience. How do you sing a sad song when your life is going good? I have a theory that some actors.
Okay. All right. Okay. I never thought about that.
Yeah,
Now for sure.
That's a dope perspective.
If you ever been done anything music related, right? There's a song.
Like I said, I shoot music videos. Dior used to produce. I don't know if he still produce. I still shoot music videos. So I've done a lot with music. A lot. Because that's my primary thing is music videos. Been doing this for a long time.
That I made for No Cap, the beat I made is called Rich and Dangerous by No Cap. If you want to go listen to the beat, I made that beat, right? That song's beat, I made it when my grandmother passed. I remember I was smoking a wood, I was at my computer, and I was making the beat. That song got real pain in it. I knew, and the way it just go, like the beat just go, it's like you could tell. You can tell. If anybody heard that song, you can tell the dude. You feel me? But it's hard though.
Musicians actually seek out turmoil to fuel their art because nobody wants a happy song. They want another heartbreak song. So subconsciously or consciously, if I want to be a successful singer, I have to seek heartbreak so I can really method act and I can really embody this emotion to connect with my audience. So again, if you're looking for a serious partner and potential mother to your children, I would stray away from especially those two categories. Yeah, influencers are a close second. And I want to make a special acknowledgement of influencers who call themselves male advocates. Don't trust them motherfuckers. Because it kind of goes back to the women who I only get along with men. Take that with a grain of salt. But influencers in general, the ones who they gotta take a picture of the meal. They're not watching the concert you just paid for. They're one of the unpaid videographers. Their life is about making.
I feel like this is true because of what we're seeing. Like, but when a young lady becomes an influencer and they start to like they're in the mix of shit. Cause there's too many collabs, too many other rich ass influencing ass niggas. Like, I don't think I could go if I was single, date and be with a take a influencer serious that that is successful, that's moving around. You feel me? Like, just because that's such an industry of connection. There's such an industry of connections, as well as, unless like if you're an influencer and you stay into yourself, and you're not really doing. But if the ones that making these plays, making moves, going to streamer proms and streamer universities and shit. Because
it's just too much moving around, bro. It's not enough. I love stability, right? That's one of the reasons why I do this YouTube thing, because I do music videos, and I love it. But you know, with the music industry changing and people doing more content and less music videos, it's like it's taking the fun out of it. And you know, I can't charge what I charge for full production music videos, what I do for like Instagram content. You know what I mean? So like whatever the fuck, I search for stability, right? That's my thing. But I want to be a creative at the same time. So I realized that, like, man, YouTube, I can do my own YouTube thing. I love to talk. I love podcasts, and I love watching podcasts. I love talking in a podcast form. So I was like, man, I could do this and build my own platform and create my own level of stability. So when it comes to full production, I could just do the shit how I want to do it instead of having to lean on trying to find my next gig with my next artist or whatever. And of course, I still work with the artists I always work with, but I still want to, you know, build my clientele, but at the same time, don't want to resort to shit that I don't want to do, right? So, and dealing with people in this influence shit, it's like it just keep changing. Like, especially with the streamer shit, it's like streamer shit is cool now. YouTube has been the same for decades. The streamer shit is where it's at now, where it's gonna be in the next 5 years, and then the years after that. That's why I don't even really want to get into that, because of what it takes and how much energy it takes and how much of your life has to be online. I don't want to live online. I want to speak my piece, tell y'all what give y'all my wisdom. I want my wisdom to live online. I don't want my life to live online. Of course, I tell you things about my life so you can kind of get embodied in what I do, but I want my wisdom to be why you keep coming back. My knowledge and what I have to say and the way I say it is what keeps having you coming back, not the drama in my life that keeps coming back. You know what I mean? Because that's what influence is. Those type of influencers, their drama and their controversies and their issues and what keeps drawing you back. It's like reality TV. And I don't want to deal with that.
It's like there's ways to
I'm
get
too
to
grown
the top.
for that. I'm 31. I'm too grown for that shit, for real.
And that could be collabing and shit, and all, but even that alone, like, it's too much. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much for me. It's too much for me.
Virtual people jealous, giving virtual people FOMO. They don't know how to actually enjoy the experience. Their enjoyment comes from other people.
Now, I'm not worried about this. I'm not worried about girls that if you are a vlogger and you're vlogging your experience, or you like to take pictures of, no, I'm not. This isn't. Or you go to the gym and you record yourself at the gym. No, I'm not starting that.
People's jealousy of their perceived enjoyment of the experience. I remember I was at a hookah lounge once and I saw this super attractive girl chilling, just smoking hookah, just vibing to the music. Then she pulls her phone out to record a video and instantly is now looking like she's having the time of her life. If that's not the definition of disingenuous, I don't know what is.
And then if you enter into her life, you are another character in her story, which is kind of like that anyway for everybody, but you're not just a character in her story, you're a character in her online story for her online audience. So now she has to create this lifestyle that matches it. Not all of them are like this. Some of them can separate between online presence and real life, right? But some of them that where they make their money off social media, and you don't want to be a character in their online fictional story they sell to their audience.
On the internet though, bro, that's how this shit work, brother. If you're an influencer and you get paid, or you're building up your shit, like, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, that's true, Dior. That's true. But not everybody want to sign up for that. Not everybody is a online person. Some, how many people over this past weekend, I heard, oh yeah, I deactivated my Instagram. Like, damn. But people like, bro, it's the anxiety and all that. Some people just don't want to be online like that, so they don't want their life online. Exactly. Same with Dior. Like, Dior don't show his girl. He might talk about it, but niggas don't know what his girl look like, and I don't want to. And he shouldn't want people to know that, because then he don't want what comes with that. So, like, though that is what comes with it, but not everybody wants to deal with that, so they stray away from people that's into that type of shit.
Come on here on my work. Y'all have seen me on my worst days, but you couldn't tell. I got a job to do. Feel me? I got a job to do. I'm not on here. Yeah, like, yo, yeah, this is funny. No, I gotta, like, the way I'm coming on camera, like, unless I come out here and trying to tell y'all, yo, this is what's going on in my life, this is that and the third, I'm fucked up right now, blah, blah, blah. That's the only way y'all gonna know. But, nigga, I got a job to do. Yeah, I'm finna turn it. Hey, man, so, yeah, boom, boom, bow, boom, bow. That's how this shit goes.
Even with my small influence, having been around other people who call themselves influencers, there's something about the personality type that is just off-putting to me personally. Now, if you're a guy who wants to monetize your family and your relationship and everything is for public consumption, cool. But for me, and if I was giving advice to the young boys, especially nowadays, I would say stay away. I would say stay far, far away. Let's talk about morals.
Y'all good, y'all.
And this is difficult because as men, we, for biological reasons, for status reasons, for ego reasons, want to capture the most beautiful woman that we can find. I would submit to you that if a woman is over an 8, proceed with caution. Proceed with extreme caution.
Sounds personal.
Now, granted, the rating scale is subjective. So not everybody that's an 8 to you would be an 8 to the next guy. But I get where he's about to go to.
Me, I can't do this, homie.
Number one, you have to understand that beauty is not a virtue, especially when it comes to like bone structure and physical stature outside of somebody who worked out for it. It's something that they won the genetic lottery. They got it for free. They didn't have to work for it. As a society, though, we treat beauty as if it is a virtue. So a lot of these people get certain privileges. We call it pretty privilege, right, because of something that they just got. And it skews their interactions with other people because it skews them into thinking that their primary value is their looks. And
there's a lot of men and women, because there's men like that too, but there's a lot of women that do observe this, and like, you work for all the hard work you have. Like, you put in the work, you put in the hours. Like, look at me, bro. I'm dropping videos pretty damn near every day, right? I'm putting in the work. And then let's say I was single, right? Then I got up and then I got me a 9 or 10 or whatever, right? And then they like, oh, I'm just pretty. Like, you should just, and it's like, do you really want to deal with that? Like, they were born with that privilege and you had to work for your privilege. It's not weighed the same, and you can feel a bit of ungratefulness because they didn't have to work for that shit.
Other people's access to being around their looks, whether just physically as friends or whether sexually, and how other people can consume and exploit them.
Let me just say, you are putting the pussy up on this pedestal. You're just building the pussy up, man.
What are you even talking about? Building the pussy up? What does that mean?
So you live your life like that up to the age 18, 19, 20, 21. You're getting on boats. You're getting gifts from rich men. You're getting flown here. You're getting all your bills paid. You didn't have to develop any marketable skills. You didn't have to develop a personality. You didn't have to be interested. Imagine what kind of person you become. Entitled, of course. Selfish, of course.
That's real. That's real for sure. That's absolutely real.
Solipsistic, of course. Now, there are rare exceptions where you'll find a woman who's just drop dead gorgeous and is just a normal human being. That's the exception. That's
not always true. That's maybe what the internet perceives, but the amount of women walking around, maybe the internet has now kind of polluted some people's brains, and I think it has for sure. But I don't want y'all's brain to be polluted to think that every attractive woman that you see, every attraction guy that you see don't got their own personality and is, a weird, like, an act a certain way. My girl, attractive woman. She is, period. That's just what it is. Has a lot of personality. A lot. You feel me? She's very funny. She's one of those people where if you joke on her, she actually got some jokes for your ass. And she might say some shit that might hurt your feelings. You kind of got to be like, hold on. I don't. She.
And that's true. That is true. A lot of people do have. Everybody has a personality, and I'm gonna get because I'm about to get real deep with this one. Look, no Diddy. A lot of people do have personality. A lot of people. Everybody has personality. Everybody has something that they carry with them from their child. Everybody has an inner child, right? Everybody has personality. This is the problem. Certain people, there is a threshold for some people to even access that. Let me give you an example. Let's say I'm a 3 or 4. And on the look scale, I'm a 3 or 4. And I see a girl that's a 9 or 10. And she's not down to earth. Because your looks can build this wall of... Not everybody, that's where we need to talk is talking about that exception, right? But let's ignore the exception and let's make the general, right? You got somebody that's a 9 or 10, bad. And their life, with their life, it has built this ego around their looks. I'm a 3 or 4, right? Hypothetically, because I damn sure not. But I'm a 3 or 4 hypothetically. And I approach this 9 or 10, and this 9 or 10 looks at me and be like, why are you talking to me? Granted, that's not everybody. Mind you, this is not everybody. But they look at you and be like, why are you talking to me? And the problem is you don't meet that threshold to get to see their personality, because they only show their personality to a certain tier of man or attractive woman. I've had people that's like, I know people that's like, if you don't carry yourself a certain way, you won't be in a circle. And because you won't be in a circle, you'll never see that natural personality in them. Dior is right. Everybody do have a personality, but certain people have to meet a certain threshold to even get access to that natural personality, or you have to add enough value to them to get. I'm a music video director. Like I said, and certain people I can be around because of the value I add to them, and because of the value I add to them, I get to see their natural personality. Some of them people that I do work for would not, a regular person would never see their natural personality, because you don't offer enough value to even get access to that. You get to see the celebrity side of them. I get to see the natural side of them because the type of value I add to their life. Again, that's not everybody. That's only some people. But some people are like that. You know what I mean? And it's like, that just is what it is. I ain't saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that's just a natural thing. So yeah, Dior get to see his girl's natural personality. The average nigga on the street, or the average person on the street that don't whatever, might not get to see his girl's personality. And it's cool, because we all got barriers to entry in this bitch. So that's just kind of how the shit go.
And she done flamed she probably flamed all my closest niggas. Everybody has cut a joke from my girl and be like, damn, you feel me? You're like, you got me. You know what I'm saying? And out of just because of how the cards play and how
it's just personal bias, because obviously he's with his girl, so his girl is gonna see that, right? So he's gonna see that out of his girl because he's with his girl. But you know how many women be like, oh, this man was weird. Oh, this man was weird. Oh, this man was corny. This man was weird. But it's like, maybe he was just a little awkward or whatever. Not every man is weird. He just might be a little socially awkward. But because he didn't meet that standard, you don't even get access. Cause my girl got a good personality too. But sometimes she got her guard up because like certain men act a certain way, so they don't even get to see that personality out of her.
The dice roll and how the game goes, they can't respond in no type of way, because it's still yours girl though. So we just gotta laugh and take that one on the chin. You got me. No matter how bad you want to say it. But I just say that to say that, like, you know, that I don't want y'all to walk around and think that when you see these girls, like, they don't have no personality. They do. You just gotta get into it.
You just gotta get access to it first. Then you can see it.
You know, you gotta say something to them and get it out of them, and they gotta rock with you, and they'll show.
See, that rock with you is what he's saying. You gotta get access to. If they don't rock with you, you won't get access to that personality. So then that's why we get this notion that, oh, all pretty people are stuck up, because you don't have access to all pretty people to know everybody has a down to earth personality when you get access to it. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna just let y'all watch
themselves. You feel me?
not the rule.
Now, how do you get into that? That's how you decide and how you make it happen. I don't know how you look. I don't know your game. I don't know all the things about y'all. But you feel me? If you can get in there, some of them don't. But I want to say a lot of people do.
Rule, fellas, because when you start getting up into those 9s and 10s, they're usually cuckoo.
The danger zone. This is your redheads, your strippers, anyone named Tiffany. This is hairdressers. This is where your car gets keyed. You get a bunny in the pot. Your tires get slashed, and you wind up in jail.
They've usually
my tires got slashed one time. Did I tell you about that? My new
nigga, what? I ain't never had that. I've had a crazy ex before. She was crazy as hell, but and not that crazy. She was on some shit where like she was trying to grab my steering wheel and like I'm like, throw your ass out this month. Well, the me today would do that. I ain't gonna lie, I was simping back then. But the me today, I'd be like, I'll throw you out this moving ass car. Don't play with me. Don't you touch my dang steering wheel. Fuck wrong with you? Me back then was on some sucker shit, so I wasn't really moving like that. But yeah, it's some crazy bitches out here.
People, how many people know about this story? Maybe I'll tell. Hey, if you remember and you're watching this right now, pull up when you come to the Twitch. If you haven't heard this story, on Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, remind me. Be like, hey, can you tell us the story about your tires getting slashed? And I'll be like, yeah, bet, I got you.
They've seen the worst of human nature because they're relegated to people who can afford to consume them. The billionaires, the millionaires, the casting agents, the people who work for certain companies and paying for their trips and putting them on yachts and putting them on magazines and things like that. Those are usually predatory people. So even if she had the potential of being a quote unquote good person, she's compromised. Now, again, there are rare situations where she was just raised really well. She had a strong father, a fantastic mother, and despite the fact that she was genetically gifted, she understood how the world was going to see her. And she focused on becoming a person of character, not just an object for consumption. So again, fellas, I would say 6, 7, 8, that should be your aspiration. Anything over that, she might be 20, but she's lived the life of a
6, 7, 8
50-year-old woman. She might be 25, but she's done drugs that you've never heard of.
Are any of y'all with a girl right now or in a relationship where you're like, she's a 6? Like, y'all literally like see your girl like, I love my girl, like you love your girl to death, like you love her, oh yeah, she's the best, da da da, but she's a 6. Do any of y'all feel like that, or do you look at you and be like, yeah, my girl's a 10? I'm curious.
Like I say, that's why I say it's on a. Everybody has a different scale. Everybody has different interests. I like thick girls. Some guys think thick girls are fat. To each his own. I like black girls. Some guys think black girls are ratchet and ghetto. To each his own, I guess. You do you. I white girls scare me, but they are cool as hell. Just not romantically. I'm good. No diss. I'm just being honest.
Things that you would never believe, all because of this gift and curse that is pretty privilege. And again, everything that glitters is not gold, and real gold doesn't always glitter. Now, if you just tight with God, he might give you like an 8. Solid woman, but she's beautiful. If you're God's chosen warrior, he might throw you a 9. But again, when you get into 9 and 10 territory, I'm telling you, don't want that. You do not want that. And men, we cannot afford to operate as if we're the exception. That segues into waitresses, bartenders, hookah girls, fitness trainers. This category is what I would like to call soft core modeling, especially like if you're waitressing at places like Hooters or Twin Peaks. I think there's some other like knockoffs of those brands. You see the girls wearing short shorts that are pretty much
just any women that just be cautious. I'm not saying it's a red flag yellow. That means move with caution. Any woman that get paid off their looks, move with caution. If they use their looks to get paid, the way I use my wisdom to get subscriptions, hit the subscribe button, join the Prosper Gang, then you should move with caution. Not saying you can't do it, because it might be, a temporary hustle. But it fucks with your head in some type of way. You just don't want too much to where she can't maintain a healthy relationship.
Thongs, even the bartenders, the hookah girls, because it's less about their actual customer service and their ability to be an effective waitress or bartender or hookah girl, but it's about their sex appeal and their ability to inspire men to want to show off and buy more than we would usually buy, or drink more than we would usually drink, or tip higher than we would usually tip.
Right.
That's why these restaurants and these businesses exploit the female essence.
No. I'm about to get bottles right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Marcus Miles has just bought the entire bar tonight.
All right, so it's a great video. I have to go though. So with that being said, y'all check out We Need to Talk. He is a very intelligent guy. Check him out. And shout out to Astro Dior. That's the dog, man. I appreciate you. Maybe I get to meet you in real life, but shout out to the homie. Yeah. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and always remember, nothing is impossible to they who try. Till next time, I'm out. Dose.